they prescribe to survive, to stay alive. If you wanna win, look within. If you ain't got it, don't bother. Do you have it?
My family.
They've scraped and clawed their way to the semi-finals. And that's just the spectators. Welcome to the electrifying Extreme Arena, home of My Family's Got Guts. Let's meet today's semi-finals competitors. Busting it out in the green, it's the Kickin Johnsons, Sharon, Lindsay, Brian, and Emily.
1, 2, 3, go!
They're taking on the Superpower Red Team, Donald, Kathy, John Mark, and John the Gahres Tito. Players, do you have it? Welcome everybody to My Family's Got Guts. This is the third semifinal matchup where we've got two families going head to head in the Extreme Arena in an all-new series of extreme sports events that's going to push these teams to the limit. One of these families will be going home with a second piece of the aggro crag, as well as the final place in our championship event, the My Family's Got Guts Aggro Bowl, where one family will go on a fabulous sports family vacation, as well as receiving a third piece of the Mighty Rock. Now, before we get things started, let's check in with our head referee, the pride of Sydney, Australia, Miss Asha Kieran.
First up, let's check out our tournament bracket. Now, as we know, the preliminaries were intense, but they are also over. The semi-finals are here. 12 teams started, 6 have made it to the semis, and today we're going to find out which of our teams are going to fill the final spot in our championship round. We like to call the Aggro Bowl. Let's take this first event to the skies.
That's right, Asha. We are underway in the semifinals. The Extreme Arena is electric, so let's get things started with something we call air slalom. Now, if you ever dreamed of going down one of the biggest mountains in the world, well, this event is for you, my friends, because our competitors are going to be 15 feet high above the arena floor. They're going to be shredding around these gates in a slalom course from one end to the arena, down to the other, and back again. Let's go to Asha for the rules.
Well, the object of air slalom is to complete this high-up slalom course by clearing as many gates as possible without touching any of them. Teams will compete one at a time. Each clear gate is worth 10 points, Ben.
The red squad, they won the coin toss in the locker room, and they're using a little bit of strategy here. An interesting move, having to go second, because now it's the green team who's going to be going first in air slalom. So, let's kick things off in the semifinals. We've got Emily as our launcher, and we've got Lindsay, who's going to be getting some big air. And on the power lines, we've got Sharon and Brian. All right, players, do you have it? Let's start off the semifinals. Asha, let's go.
Players on your marks, get set.
One more place awaits our teams in the mighty Aggro Bowl. That's right, they're going for all the guts and all the glory here in air slalom. This is a team sport, folks. Our players are going to have to communicate as they try and navigate around each of the 7 gates. Got to use that board to your advantage. Lindsay is having some trouble getting around the gates. Once we hit one gate, the next one just seems to creep up right behind you. This is 15 feet high in the air. She has gotten through the first leg of our slalom course, ready to take on the 7 gates one more time. Now, don't rush. You got to use every bit of strength you have to pull yourself around those gates. A tough go there for Lindsay, able to regain some composure. This is a team sport. Her power lines have to step it up. The green team has gotten through air slalom, setting the tone early. Here we are in the Extreme Arena with the semifinals. The third leg of the semifinals is underway. The Kickin Johnsons kick things off. Let's go to Asha to find out how many gates they clear.
Well, Ben, the Kickin Johnsons cleared 2 gates for 20 points. Good start.
Every point counts here in the semifinals. Now let's see if that strategy paid off for the red squad. Gahres G-Dogs is ready to take on air slalom. Let's kick things off with our launcher, John Mark. And taking it to the sky, we've got Donald. Then on the power lines, it's Kathy and John. Are you guys ready to cloud surf? Let's get it started, Asha.
Players on your marks, get set.
Here we go, folks. This is the semifinals. Our players can taste that final spot in the mighty Agro Bowl. Now it's time for the red team, Gahres G-Dogs, to take on the air slalom. Having a tough go of it. Take your time. Those gates aren't going anywhere. There you see, having some trouble. Once you hit one, you just seem to hit the next one and the next one. Now, they're using teamwork, and they're communicating to get around those gates and rack up as many points as they can, using that board to their advantage. They're about halfway done with our course, and they have 0 gates clear. They got to step it up. All the guts and all the glory on the line right now for the Gahres G-Dogs. We've got Donald shredding it up, getting some big air, cutting around those gates. Has to clear a couple if he wants to get some points. There you see him fly through the air. A tough go at it here for the Gahres G-Dogs, but they managed to survive and get through the mighty air slalom. Folks, we have stepped up our events here in the semifinals, the prelims. That's history. Now it's time to take it to the extreme right here in the semis. Air slalom, a very difficult game. Let's go to Asha for the red team's results.
Close scores for both teams, but the Gahres G-Dogs cleared 1 gate for 10 points.
10 points. They come in second here in air slalom. I'm sure they're ready to get to the next event, but before we do that, let's check out the replay. We'll see here why the Kickin Johnsons were victorious. The red team having some difficulty clearing those gates. That's where they got their 10 points there. But it was the Kickin Johnsons, led by Lindsay the Shredder, getting some big air, clearing those gates. She only got 2. It's all good because they are the winners. They are in the lead, and let's make it official by going to our head official, Asha Kiernan, the leaderboard.
Well, Ben, I know both teams are going to be kicking things up a notch for the next event. There's 3 more, in fact, in this semi-final round. Gahres G-Dogs on 10 points, Kickin Johnsons 20 points.
Coming up next, Formula Guts. 2 players driving, 2 more in the pits, more action, more strategy. Coming up next on My Family's Got Guts.